Hello friend, welcome back to my shop. Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. And look what I got here for you today. It's a 2014 Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive and it needs an engine oil change. But what engine is in it? Is it the 2.7 liter 4-cylinder or is it a 4-liter V6? Alright, let's see what is underneath the hood. Oh yeah, we can read it right here, VVTi V6, right? So this is a 4-liter 1GR-FE. That should be a very easy engine oil and filter change. Let's do it. I'm bringing you closer. You can have a nice view of this engine oil filter, which is in that engine located nicely conveniently here, right? Here is that filler cap, which immediately tells us 5W30, right? And here is engine oil dipstick. I would like to get the most of the oil out of the engine, right? So number one, the engine needs to be hot, which it is because the owner just brought it. Number two, I will pull out and clean that dipstick so there's no vacuum in the engine, right? When it's flowing out, the engine oil. So this is clean, I can put it on the side. And also to make it better flow out, I will remove this filler neck cap. Let's see how tight it is. Sometimes people really tight it crazy high. This vehicle has 136,000 miles approximately, and anytime I open this, I immediately try to see if there is engine oil sludge inside of this cap. And this one seems to be in the good shape. I will say it was running conventional oil, not a synthetic, because you can actually put a synthetic in this. Everything seems to be fine. I really like it so far. And I'm already cleaning this, right? Because there is a dust, right? There is a dust and dirt on it, you can see, right? Already on the brand new rack. So I will clean this for the owner. I'm not in a rush and I have a time to film it. And I normally will take this and put it somewhere here, right? Well, if you read the comments underneath the videos, last time I did that, I put it away from here. Are people saying, what a sloppy work. Pfft, what a bad work. You have to put it right here, right like there, right? It has to be sitting and covering it, because otherwise the dust is falling in it. So to satisfy those people, let's put it right here. There will be still air possible coming in, but let's put it right there. Let's get a detail of that. Let's make them happy. Look at it. You see that? Still can go there, but the dust, hopefully the dust, there's so much dust here in the shop, everywhere. Hopefully it cannot get inside when it's like there. But what's about this tube? It's probably a lot of dust getting there, right? So yeah, what can we do? We have to satisfy everybody, right? So now we did that and everything is safe. Now we have two options. We can get underneath the truck and start draining the engine, or we can deal with this engine oil filter. It's totally doesn't matter. So let's start with the engine oil filter right here. And I would like to show you that entire housing in the detail, right? So basically we will unscrew this and the oil which is still stuck in it will be caught in this area, and down here, right there, you can see that little opening. That's a drain where the oil will flow out, right? On bottom of the drain there's supposed to be a rubber cap right here where I'm touching it, but the cap is already missing. So I'm not going to remove that cap, it's not there, and we will continue with the catching bottle. And for that, for catching that little bit of oil coming out of the filter, you don't need any special tool. You just use the empty bottle and you squeeze it in, and it actually nicely fits there on that opening. I will show it to you right now. Here we go. I hope you can see that detail. Let me zoom on it. Let's see how successful we will be, right? Do you see that drain port, right? So I'm putting it right there. It nicely fits there. That's what we did at the dealer, right? It will not fall down. It's nicely stuck there, and I can start unscrewing this filter. Now we will discover if the previous technician did a good job and didn't over tie this filter, right? This should be tied only by the hand. So always be careful you don't burn yourself, right? This engine is still hot. Let me grab it. Yeah, it was tight, but it wasn't too tight. You can see this was done by the dealer because they used the original Toyota filter. And now it will start draining nicely down there. And it's already running. Let me show you again how you actually can see it. Perfect. Let's move it slightly like that, so you can really safely and carefully unscrew this filter, right? And let it, you can hear it maybe, well, it's noisy, it's an industrial area here. There's a lot of noise coming from outside, but if it wasn't, I can hear that oil flowing nicely in that catching bottle underneath. This is perfect. Again, I will give you a detail. If you ever want to do it by yourself, you see everything and you can build a confidence maybe doing this maintenance by yourself. And you can really let it rest and get underneath the car and start draining the oil from the engine. Tacoma is up in the air, so let's go see together how easy is the access to that engine oil drain plug. You can see all these shields, right? These are the real ones, metal ones. And here we go. That's our engine oil pan with the engine oil drain plug. I brought my engine oil catching pan here, right? That's ready. And as usually on Toyotas, 14mm socket will undo that bolt. Now I have more space there. I will lift this a little bit more and I'm able to undo that drain plug, including that washer, the blue Toyota washer, which I already saw there, right? This was done by dealer as we discussed. So now it comes. Let's see, here we go. And you can see that oil is really dirty. Can you see it? Oh, now, yeah, you can see it there. And the washer actually is sticking to the engine oil pan. So it didn't come off with the bolt. It's sticking on the pan, and that's very common and absolutely normal. You just have to pay attention to it when you are putting everything back. And now it's definitely time to let it drain for a while. This is approximately 30 minutes later and I came back, and let's see how much it is still dripping, if any. I put the light here, right, and you can see it is still very slowly dripping. You also see that blue gasket, right, which was basically kind of glued by the pressure and the heat to that oil pan. That gasket is reusable if it's in the good shape, but this is how it looks brand new if you would like to replace it anyway. I will go ahead, pop this one off. Did you hear that? Right, now I can clean it with a rag and install the bolt with the new gasket. Hopefully you see it right here, right? So I said I will wipe it off, clean it, making sure that surface is perfect. And here we go. I start by the hand and I will bring my 14 millimeter socket with the ratchet. If you are searching for a guidance with the torque and you want to use the torque wrench, it's a 40 Newton meters, 40. If you work on Toyotas so long like I do, I will not use a torque wrench for this. We really developed that in our hand, and I know this is perfect. It will not leak and the bolt will not fall off. While Tacoma was still up in the air, I did a quick visual inspection. Everything looks awesome. So let's continue up here in the engine bay with this engine oil filter. It had plenty of time to drain, right? So when I will lift it up right now, there will be nothing leaking out of it, right? So I can put it on the side here. And now, before I will be installing new one, I need thoroughly clean this whole area. Right, there is the dirt, you can see it right here. So I will take my time and make it as perfect as possible for this owner. I saw in past some techs, they will take a brake clean, right, and right here they will just really quickly spray burst of that brake cleaner to clean this area, right? They are in hurry, but the problem is you contaminate that used engine oil. So that's totally up to you, obviously, but if you want to be really conscious of the recycling, you should not use anything else which will be mixing with that used engine oil. Now don't forget to remove this catching bottle. How many times we had a customer will come back in the dealership after they did a engine oil change, right, on this certain model, on this 1G RFE, and the tech will forget this down there. They are in hurry, they didn't see it. They will forget it down there and it will start rubbing on the serpentine belt. They will come back in like whatever 5-10 minutes and they will be showing it to the service writer and they will bring it to the tech, and the whole shop will be just laughing at them because they forgot this catching can down there, right? So make sure you don't forget it. Now if you removed here that rubber cap, it's supposed to be there, now it's the time to install it back. Here is new Toyota original filter. You can see the number, right? Here you will see how it comes, brand new from the dealer. Now please, if you do it first time, make sure you remove this protective coat, right? The Toyota put it there not to get any dirt inside. Also, the number 2 reason is they pre-lubed this gasket. So you don't have to use your finger and spreading the engine oil on it, on that gasket. It's already pre-lubed, ready, right? Conveniently ready for your installation. So carefully catch the thread, right? Feel it and look. By the hand only, right? We discussed that. You will be not using the engine oil wrench, by the hand only. I do it tight, but there's no reason to over tight it. Here we go. That was the correct installation of the filter. And I cleaned this area many times already, so the last thing remaining is fill the engine with the new oil. You guys know from this channel this screw-on filter, which is designed for Toyotas, right? And it perfectly eliminates any possible spills. Now what oil, right, and how much? So we know it's a 5W30, right? It's on the cap and it's also written in the manual, but how much engine oil will go in it? And if you check the manual, you will find out if this was two-wheel drive version of this Tacoma, it will take 4.8 quarts of the engine oil. And if it's four-wheel drive, which is this one, and the pre-runner, it takes 5.5 quarts. Now, what oil you can put in it? So the engine was designed for the conventional oil 5W30. You can also go with synthetic, which this owner would like to try in the future. The day we discussed that, right, he came with this idea, so we will go with the actually synthetic blend, and we will use 5.5 quarts of this engine oil. And since this engine is taking 5.5, right, I can without any hesitation pour all these 5 quarts. I know I will not overfill it, right? Look how beautiful, light golden color. This is really, really nice oil, which I purchased from Napa. Actually was sitting around for a while. They had it on special in the past, right? I think this one is really good. I really like using it. Now you see there will be no spill whatsoever because it's screw on with the rubber O-ring, right? So this is very, very easy if you have the right tools. I have put the whole 5 quarts there. Let's see how much will show on the dipstick. I wipe it off, it's clean, right? So let's see. Alright, so if you look with me, I'm checking both sides. It's slightly above the max, right? So I'm safe to go and close everything, start up the engine, wait at least 5 minutes, that's the minimum, right? And then take the measurement, and I will see how low it will go on this dipstick, because it will drop down, right? It will fill up the filter, it will spread through the engine. So after that I can add possibly that half quart to reach touching perfectly this top mark. And for me it doesn't end here. I still have to attach that window sticker, the reminder for the next service, and reset that maintenance system which is in the car, right? After that I'm done, and that was another successful engine oil change on 2014 Tacoma. I hope you find this video helpful, and make sure you are subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. See you later, my friend.